You are not creepy, you are not weird, and you are not as unattractive to women as you may think you are. But if women are consistently pulling away from you, there is a reason for that. There is something that you may be doing that you're not aware of right now, and it's something that if a woman senses this from you, it kills her trust, attraction, and openness to you on the spot. I have worked with hundreds of men at this point, and many of them have this exact same problem, and before I pointed it out to them, they had no idea. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know what this problem is, and you're gonna have a 3-step solution that I take my clients through on how to solve it. I would like to tell you about a client of mine, Greg. He started working with me a few months ago. And the thing is, he came to me because he had issues in his dating life. He struggled with attracting the kind of women and keeping them in his life, the kind of women that he really likes. Now, thing is about Greg, it's quite a puzzle because on paper, he has everything that the red pill and the alpha guys tell you that you need to attract women. He is a top 5% earner. He's in great shape. He dresses well. He's confident. He's charismatic on calls with me when he relaxes. And he is a generally likable person. But the thing is about Greg, even though he's in his 40s, he has always felt pretty much invisible to women. And he's had a few long-term relationships over the course of his life, but they all end up the same way. He kind of falls into the relationship, and then over time, it's just like a graph that just sort of the line just drops, and like the spark fades. He seems to lose her respect over time, and then eventually she either leaves or in some cases even cheats. And the most heartbreaking thing he told me, he said, "Ollie, sometimes mate, I just feel like the 15-year-old kid in high school who never grew up, who's still constantly seeking approval and validation." And I think we can all relate to that. But the thing is, when I'm looking at Greg, in our first conversation, I see it. I see that thing that I've seen in countless men before. I call it the dissociated glare. It's this kind of glazed over expression where it kind of communicates, it subcommunicates, I don't know what I feel. I'm not really feeling anything, and I don't even really know who I am. Women pick up on this instantly. And if you can't feel you, she can't feel you either. And if she can't feel you, she can't trust you. And if she can't trust you, she can't relax with you. And that's the kind of thing that kills attraction, either instantly on a date or over the course of time in a relationship. So if women are pulling away from you, mate, it's not because you are unattractive or too short or don't make enough money or anything like that. It's because most of the time she can't feel your presence. And the thing is, mate, you don't fix that by earning more money. You don't fix that by learning a bunch of lines or practicing all these kind of shallow confidence techniques. Those things have their place. But on a deeper level, you fix that by thawing out your frozen nervous system. Let me give you 3 ways that you can start doing that today. And these are 3 things that I've started implementing with my client, Greg. And the first one is something most men do and they don't even realize it. So the first thing you got to do, on a call with Greg didn't even notice he was freezing until I pointed it out to him. We were talking on a call, and then I noticed the freeze happen in real time. That's when his eyes kind of glaze over, his shoulders hunch, and his voice almost disappears. It's not projecting outwards anymore. His nervous system had completely left the conversation, even though his mouth was still moving. And it was weird for me because it was like I watched the light go out behind his eyes. So I told him, I said, right now, Greg, that's the freeze that you are experiencing in this moment. And naming that in real time was a powerful moment because for the first time, he could actually see and feel what women had been feeling and sensing around him for decades. So you need to spot the freeze. But the thing is, even if you can spot the freeze and notice it, it's absolutely useless unless you know how to break out of it while it's happening. And that's what we're going to work on next. One night, Greg was at a dinner with friends. They're all talking. He's sat there, frozen up. He wanted to join the conversation, but then he got stuck in his head overthinking every little thing that he wanted to say. By the time he had mentally rehearsed the perfect response, the moment had passed. And what he didn't realize in that moment is that the overthinking was actually the freeze in disguise. So I challenged him to practice something different. Instead of, when he's around people, start overthinking and indulge those thoughts, I say to him, look, Greg, in this time, next time you notice that happen, you are going to ground yourself. You're going to take some deep belly breaths. You are going to feel your feet on the floor. You're going to feel the weight of your body in the chair. Whatever thoughts come up, you are going to practice letting them go. This took a little practice, but then he comes back to me a few weeks later saying that it actually worked. He noticed the freeze come up, but he didn't indulge it. He grounded himself in his body, and that's when he naturally started speaking in a way that feels authentic. And what do you know? People around him were responding in a very positive, light-hearted way, and he felt a part of the conversation. So step 2 is all about just loosening your grip on thinking itself. But the thing is, mate, you can't just rely on practicing this in the moment when you're with an attractive woman, because that's like on hard mode. What you actually have to do is you have to engage in a practice of retraining your nervous system before you are in such an intense situation as being with an attractive woman. And that's what step 3 is all about. The biggest mistake men make is thinking that they can fix this kind of mid-date with their dream woman. But your nervous system, the nervous system doesn't work like that. It's likely that you've been practicing freezing up and overthinking for literally decades. So it's not like you can flick a switch and expect it to happen in the moment when you want it to. So I challenged Greg. I said, Greg, breath work in the morning and the evening is a non-negotiable. I challenged him to break up with his phone. I said, mate, you're going to spend Sundays without your phone altogether, because your phone kind of triggers the nervous system and makes you think more. That's actually how it works. I challenged him to walk in nature because that resets your nervous system. I also challenged him to detox from digital sources of information, which is constantly triggering your nervous system. And over time, what we've started noticing, because I'm still working with him, his nervous system is readapting. Instead of being constantly stimulated, his nervous system is slowing down. And what he's actually noticing is that this is carrying over into his dating life. Now he's noticing himself be more present with women without even trying. I don't want to speak too soon because his journey is still unfolding, but not only is he noticing that women are responding to him in a very different way, he's also noticing from the last call that we had together that this isn't just about women. This is about developing and regaining the freedom to live his own life again. This weekend, mate, I'm running a live workshop. It's called Kill the Nice Guy. And on this workshop, I'm going to walk you through how you can melt the freeze. I'll call it melting the freeze, drop the mask, and start embodying the kind of presence when you're around women and people in general that they can feel instantly. We're going to go way deeper than I possibly can in a YouTube video. We're going to do live coaching. I'm going to guide you through some actual exercises that you do in the moment. I'm also going to do a live Q&A and some embodiment practices that you can recenter your nervous system. So if you've been binge watching YouTube videos for months, if you've been nodding along to all the information but you still freeze up around women, then maybe, mate, it's time to stop thinking, stop learning, and start acting. And as of this recording, it's happening this Sunday and it's limited to 20 tickets only. So click the link in the pinned comment down below to grab your seat. Take care, my brother, and I will see you in the next video. Stay courageous.